All right, got my tape down. Now I didn't have a pencil, so I'm gonna have to use a pen. There's no really preference on what you do. I just pencil, you can erase it and start over. You don't like something, pen leaves the mark, you might get confused, still cut it. But anyways, we won't do that. All right, so I'm driving this truck, I'm on the trail, and Nitro J kicks a rock up. Bam, where does the rock hit? Let's say the rock hits us like right in this area right here. So that'll be our rock crack. So our cracks originally was like one of these. I feel like that looks like one of those kind of cracks. And then just as it's going to the bottom, a couple door slams, splits it that way and stops. Hasn't quite made its way to the frame. All right. One crack or two cracks that meet? That's a pretty good window crack there. And we'll have that one split again. Say here, go up, down, kind of stop. Of course, you gotta add another one on this side, can't leave him out. Let's see, say another rock hit him. Right in his vision. And this will just be a small one, hasn't grown too far yet. But nothing worse than getting pulled over for a cracked windshield. All right, so we got our pattern down. Now we're gonna take our X-Acto knife, and keep in mind, I just put this blade on, but when you do this, you wanna use a brand new blade. The sharper the blade, the better it's gonna cut for you. All right, well, you guys seen the window. It was nice and clear. Here goes nothing. So we're like we showed, take our X-Acto, just start scarring up the ding. If you got to move it a couple times to fill up a good sized void, go for it. You make it as scale as you want. Was it a pebble? Was it a rock? What was it? I don't know. This could have been a bullet. Could have been a bullet. Same that goes if you were making bullet holes, you would do them the same exact way as we're doing these. You could even do some bullet holes in the body. Use your Dremel, drill a super small little hole, and then scar it up around the sides of the hole. Okay, got a little puncture there. We want to drill a hole through the glass. Like I said, we don't want to make it a bullet hole. We want to make it a rock neck. Okay. Now we could add our little scars. Now mind you, I'm pushing down a good amount of pressure on the first push and then lightening as I pull away. So it's a hard, pretty good dig and then lightly pull away to give your impact zone some depth. These little ones are going to be hard because the hood's still on, but push down and then lightly pull away. And each cut you do, you can, since you're right there, just hit it twice. Oh, see, I pushed too hard. Did you hear that? I snapped my tip of the blade in the windshield. Wasn't much, but it was just the tip. Alright, so I'm gonna pull my line, trying to stay on as best as you can as the guided line you drew. And then as you get to the impact zone, remember, a little bit more pressure down there. You can go light, and as you start getting closer, make the cut a little deeper. Okay. Some little splinters, and wherever it splits, you know, kind of add a little effect, rough it up at the split. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start hard on here, and then as we get out on the line, lighten up towards the end. Man, gotta tell you, I gotta give a special thanks out to Chris for, you know, this is an expensive RC hobby right here when you get down to buying these bodies compared to a $30 or $40 Lexan body. You know, this is some hard work right here to buy this, and the fact that Chris believes in my painting abilities and feels that I can take on something like this to recreate what he's always wanted, which is Jay's Rubik's Cube. You know, it's kind of cool, you know, and I thank him for that, because it, you know, gets me to show you guys what we do over here, and you know, I throw ideas at him to destroy his truck, and he says go for it. I mean, that's a pretty cool buddy right there. So right on, Chris. Do this one for you, bud. Okay, that one more, deep. And lightly fade out. Again, where the splits happen, you can kind of just give it a little flare in there of, you know, accidental. Okay, so I think on this one we're gonna do one more rock impact. It's all right to have a couple. This thing's a wheeler. I'm surprised it even has windshields. Light. You want to have good control over this knife making these turns. So when I say put pressure down, I don't mean, you know, like you're cutting open something else, but you want to have enough pressure where it scars the plastic good enough so when your second pass comes, it tracks in it good. But you don't want to have so much pressure, and when you're pulling, you pop out of the groove and then just scar a new line. I mean, it is a crack. We can make it work, but you know, you get what I'm saying. All right. So let's see. Can we see these from the inside? Oh yeah. All right. So this is where you can make it or break it. Depending on how hard you pushed, I gave each line 2 good scribes with the knife. Digging deep at the impact zone for for a realistic look, and lightening on the way out where the crack has stopped. So we can push it a little more and go with one more pass so it is surely scribed onto the plastic, but I feel like it's good enough now. Maybe now we'll just deepen the impact zones and give a little bit more detail there. And leave the lighter ones light. And run this deep where it shows. Okay, a little more bruising in there. Then you give these guys a little flare. And my knife's starting to get dull. You know your knife gets dull when it starts dragging the tape away. These little knives get dull quick. So every time I go to the store, I buy like 3 or 4 packs of them. I go through these things a lot. These knives have ruined one of my wife's coffee tables. When we first started dating in the beginning, I was up all night making stencils for my airbrush guns, and I picked up the platform when I was done of making the stencils, and I had cut up the whole, it was just a pine coffee table, turned it into, like cat's been running across it. All right, so I think we're good. Let's peel this off. Now when you got it off, you can see how it looks. You see where you can give it a little bit more. You gotta give it some splits from where this rock hit. Good song. Okay. You might have to get inside that crack you created and get the orange tape out that gets pushed in sometimes when you're making the cut, but just remember when you're doing it, if you're gonna create marks onto your build already, be creative with them. So if you're gonna have to scratch it, make it a good scratch. And there you go. Can you guys see that? There goes some cracked windshield. Get the camera and bring it in for you guys. That's where the rock hit. Split the windshield. Might as well make that one go to the side. Okay. This one needs a vertical one. Shorty. And a downward. Okay. I think that's it. I don't want to get carried away because it's easy to get carried away. You almost want to just take that one and just run it all the way up. I think I might. We won't go, just hook it right down there. It's a pretty bad cracked window, might as well. Okay, I think that's good. I'm gonna kill it.